What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am really excited about today's video because there is a new glide bait that is out. It's patented technology. It's really cool, and it is an absolute fish catcher. It is the most stable glide bait I've ever thrown. It checks so many boxes for gizzard shad fish that target gizzard shad. Everything I talk about today, hooks, O-rings, everything is down in the description of the video. How to buy this bait down in the description of the video. And by the way, if you use the code FROSTY when you message this bait maker, you get free shipping on your baits. So use the code FROSTY, that's right, for your boy Frost in Austin, and you will get free shipping. I assure you this bait is incredible. You will thank me once you get it in your hands and see it work. Enjoy today's video. There you go, guys. There it is, the balls out shad. The reason why it's called the balls out shad is it might be hard to see, but there's a little section right there where you can put weighted balls in, and it comes with them. So you can weight these things to make them a faster sink, a slower sink. It's kind of hard right now with a little bit of reflection, but I'll show you guys right here. I don't know if you can see that. That bait is very true, very choppy. I love the angle on it. Freaking paint job looks sick. It looks like a little gizzard shad. But you can tell, I mean, it's a choppy bait. And then once again, you can, instead of, you guys know I wrap lead wire around everything. This bait comes with a groove in there, like a slot where you put the balls in or you take the balls out. And you guys know I love fishing with my balls out. So balls out shad, let's freaking go. I'm so stoked about this bait. When you buy the bait, what's so unique about it, the pin can be removable. You guys know I like that. So you can loosen up the joint, make it even a bigger angle. You can make it a tighter angle so it's more slalomy. But here's the thing, right? There's a little pin right there that holds those balls in place. So you take your pair of pliers and you just take the needle out right there that holds them, and you can slide them out just like that. And this one needs to be biologically studied because he's got 3 balls. No, I'm kidding. But there you go. If you want it a little bit, you know, heavier to get it down, 3 balls in, and then once again take that pin, slide it right back, and then once you get the deal in there, those balls aren't going to come out. And yeah, so you just take that, slide her all the way back down in there. There you go, man. That freaking bait's rocking and rolling. A little heavier sink rate obviously on that one, but what I like about this is I'm always adding lead, so it gives that bait a head tilt down, and when I work it, it has the tendency to rock. Well, he has the weights perfectly positioned in the belly right there, so that bait's gonna sink perfectly horizontal, and when I get to working, that bait's gonna stay very true, very stable, very horizontal, which I think is a monstrous key when you're throwing bait. I mean, guys, we're on Lake Fork. You're on these big bass factories. You have to fool these giant bass. They're so smart. They can pick up on whether or not that bait's looking real or not. But you can see the scale detail on these things, man. Smaller profile. Like I said, this is a 7-inch bait. And when I think about the gizzard shad that I'm finding in these fish, a lot of them are those 7 and 8 inches. That bait to me screams the perfect size, tournament size bait. Beautiful paint jobs. I mean, dude, it looks so good. It's so true. I just swam it. You know, just showing you guys, that is the freaking deal. Link down in the description. These things are bad to the freaking bone. Patent and everything. Oh. Yeah. Got him. Oh my God, dude, there's a whole wolf pack of them. Whole wolf pack of them. That is a giant. Oh my God, it's a giant. It's a giant. Oh my God, it's a giant. Oh no, I'm gonna land it by hand. There's a whole wolf pack of them up there. Holy crap, this is a freaking, oh, he's around the stump. He's around the stump. Got him. Got him. Oh my God. Oh, he's fouled up. Oh God. Dude! Beast! Holy crap! Oh, look, I dropped my rod in the water. Balls out glide bait. Guys, I'm telling you, this bait is so freaking special. Dude, when he jumped out there, I thought he was like a 9. Oh my gosh, let's go. Look at that freaking bass right there, guys. Today I'm talking about the Balls Out glide bait by Custom Kruiser Lures. Man, when I saw this bait originally, you know, I thought, wow, it's another glide bait, great. But after I got to talking to Chad, the creator of Custom Kruiser's Balls Out glide, that's a 7-inch glide. It looks identical body profile of a gizzard shad. I'm not kidding when I tell you it is the most stable bait I've ever thrown, the most stable glide bait. And what I mean by that is when I burn that bait, there is no rolling or blowing out. It just burns. It stays so true. It stays so vertical. You burn it. It's incredible. But what I love about this bait is the patented technology, and it is the weight system. Literally, when you buy these, it comes with some ball bearings, and you can weight these how you see fit. If you don't put any weight in it, it is a perfect on top, and it's like a wake bait, a gliding wake bait, but pretty simple. Take a pair of needle nose pliers right here, and you just remove that top pin, and it's in there nice and snug. And then just like that, there's this chamber where you put the ball bearings. Now, how I've been utilizing my glide baits, if you've been following the channel for quite some time, I like to use a lot of weight. I like to get the bait down there. A lot of these fish I'm catching are really 18 foot of water, as shallow as 12 foot of water. Obviously, sometimes they're shallower than even that. But the reality is I like getting my bait down there to where those fish are. And I need to be efficient, man. If I'm trying to cover a lot of water, target giant bass, dude, forever I've just wrapped lead wire around the hooks, which you can do, and it's great, whatever. But sometimes my bait sinks too fast. Sometimes I have to take lead off to get the right sink rate. Sometimes I have to reapply lead, depending, and it's just a pain in the butt. This is a super fast system, as simple as pulling the pin out of the back, and I can drop those balls right there. Now, I'm going to tell you something. They fit in there snug. It's awesome. But what you can also do is put hints of cotton, like put little pieces of cotton in there and apply scent. And I'm just telling you guys this. This is something I just started utilizing. So I'll take and put either like a piece of gauze and stuff it down in there, or like I said, like a piece of cotton, fabric, something. And then all of a sudden now I have something I can apply scent to the middle of this bait. I'm telling you, if fish can smell 1,000 times better than us, and there's been all kinds of studies done with scent, I just think when you're pursuing giant fish, you should probably put some kind of scent on your bait. I'm not sponsored or anything by any scent company, but I'm just telling you, you should do it. So there you go. Those ball bearings are back in the chest. And then I just line the booger up. I slide that pin back in like so, just like that, nice and snug. And now that bait has weight, and its freaking sink rate is a lot faster, obviously, than when there's nothing in it. But like I said, I mean, it's that quick, that simple. If I'm on the water, it's sinking too fast, maybe the fish are set up a little shallower. I mean, that's crazy. You don't even have to undo the entire pin. Honestly, you don't even have to undo the entire pin to get an extra ball in there. You just freaking undo it enough on the bottom right there to expose it, put it right back, slide the pin back in. I'm really impressed with this bait. This bait is everything it needs to be for a shad glide. You know, and forever I was just kind of cautious about that kind of body shape, but man, I'm telling you, it's a thin profile bait, so it's a very natural looking bait. You know, it doesn't have to be a big bass to get their mouth around that. Instead of now where a lot of guys are buying a slow sink, then they're buying a fast sink, whatever. Man, you have all your baits in one. And like I said, I mean, look at the profile of that bait. I mean, that is the exact size of the gizzard shad, you know, that are being eaten. So this bait, it's so freaking true. Man, caught a 7 and change pounder today on it. That bait right there is a really, really special bait. Man, this is a tournament profile bait. Like that 7-inch size, is the perfect tournament profile bait. I don't like to go bigger than 7 because then I really feel like I'm starting a trophy hunt. But when I'm talking about glide bait fishing specifically, that bait, that 7-inch size, it has size potential. It can produce big bites. It can produce numbers of bites. Obviously, it can produce size. Just anytime you're throwing a big swim bait, a big glide bait. And yeah, man, that bait right there checks a lot of the boxes. I am unbelievably excited about it. I mean, I got quite a few of them just because I'm like, man, I can just see this bait working. And just to be honest with you and be real, you know, I obviously know the way I fish these baits. I tend to fish them deeper. I tend to fish them on timber, brush piles, deep points, rock, whatever. You know, the reality is I'm probably going to lose a couple of these baits. So I did get a couple. And look, they're pricey baits, man. But, you know, when I think about it's 2024, you know, I always tell people you don't want to reinvent the wheel, and I'm always kind of cautious on gimmicky products in our industry. You know, I look at this deal and it's patented, which is great, but really it's more than one bait in one bait. And to me, even though it might be high in price point, now it's covering the spectrum of like, hey, I would need a slow sink version, I would need a moderate sink version, I would need a fast sink. Holy cow. Now we got all in one bait. So instead of spending, you know, $600 or even $300 or whatever it is, however much you're spending to cover a couple different bait ranges in regards to sink rates and stuff, well, it's like, hey, now you just killed 2 birds with 1 stone by getting one bait. And man, they are unbelievable. They're realistic and everything. Link down in the description. Another thing that I really like about this bait too is how close that front hook is to the head. I've seen it guiding for over a decade, man. Just how many fish tend to hit this general region right here. And a lot of these baits have this hook further back on more of the kind of not quite the belly, but in between the chest and the belly back here. You know, so this is a great bait as far as hookup ratio is concerned. When they go to headshot that bait, that hook is really close to the head of that bait, which is going to help the hookup ratio too. Very important when you're throwing glide baits, hard swim baits. You want that hook always closer to the head because these fish tend to try to kind of circumvent the bait in order to headshot it. You know, it just goes down the hatch easier. You really want that hook towards the nose of that bait. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about, and I told myself I would never share this secret because this is the giant separator in glide bait fishing. And I'm just telling you guys, this is a jam up tip. I mean, the biggest tip I could offer fishing glide baits. When those fish engage the bait, you guys have heard me say, do not pause. You want to burn it away from them, right? But so many people, the mistake they made is when they burn it away from them, they're using glide baits that come to them really fast, right? Glide baits that have a very tight joint. When you pull it away from them, the bait tracks faster and faster to the boat. The big key is getting a chop style glide bait like the Balls Out Shad that can look like it's fleeing, but it's actually cutting in place. So where a lot of glide baits, you get a follower and you're pulling the bait's coming to the boat too fast. When you have a chop style bait, and this, I'm telling you guys, is one of the best ones I've ever thrown, the Balls Out. It chops, it flees, but it actually doesn't come to the boat. You're chopping that bait and it's almost walking in place. And that is why it looks like it's fleeing, but it's actually not gaining any distance to the boat. And those fish see it freaking out, looking like it's fleeing, but it's actually almost staying still, cutting back and forth. That is the technique you need to perfect. And this is the bait you can perfect that technique with right there. So anyways, like I said, link down in the description. That is the biggest secret I've ever given away. Glide, like I have a stomach ache, I'm even telling you guys that, because so many people, they're like, man, I burned it away from them. And I'm like, yeah, that's the problem. You burned it away from them. The object is to actually make it look like it's fleeing, but cutting back and forth, staying in place. And a chop style bait like this booger right here is absolutely the deal. Like I said, link down in the description. That's the biggest secret I've ever given away on my channel. And yeah, that will help you catch more fish. So you're welcome. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel for more juicy stuff. That's a big one.